Hi guys, good morning and welcome to our second video. So in this video we're going to see the installation of Windows Server. So let's get started. So as you all know, we just need to first deploy our software. So it's going to be Windows Server, and I can't find Windows Server here, so I'll go with Windows Other 64. Okay, so for Windows, you need at least nearly 2 gig or 8 gigs to operate, depending on the functionality or the purpose. Since it's a lab setup, I'm just giving like 1 gig for it. Okay. Alright, as usual, we're going to create the disk and we're going to go with VDI. So I think you might have seen my first video. We have just explained about what are the 3 types of disk, and if you just missed that, you can go back and check the first video. And we're going with dynamic disk. Alright, here 20 gig is the size what is given for the server. I'm okay with 10. And create. Okay, so now that is ready, we just need to power on, and it's going to ask for the software CD or ISO. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Windows Server Disk and click Start. And Windows setup is loading now. Okay, so I'm going with the default language and keyboard setup with English US and click install. If you guys remember, in case if you already have a server and if you're trying to repair, like in case of any virus or maybe a Windows file corruption, then you can choose this option as repair your computer. Since we're going to do it for the first time, I'm going to click on install. Okay, so we see different flavors of Windows Server here. In this, what you see is we see a core and with GUI. So all these core is nothing but something similar to Linux, where it doesn't have any desktop or icons or control panel, nothing. It just has a PowerShell, and all the things that you need to do with Windows will be over the PowerShell. So something like a Linux to do work with a command line. Okay, so that's for the server core. And why does we use server core? Because we all know that Windows software itself takes a lot of resource. So just to avoid that, people go with a light edition, which is like a core edition, which doesn't use much GUI function, to save more resource, which can be used for the purpose of the server. It could be an exchange, or it could be a server to handle an application or database or whatever it is. So there are 2 editions, data center edition and standard edition. I'm going with standard edition with GUI. So data center edition has some additional functionality which will be used in case if you're going to use it for a web server or if you're going to use it in the rack. So let's skip that and let's go with custom install. And I want to show you here, just in case if you guys want to format or extend the disk, or if you want to create a new disk, this is where you can do all these things. If you remember our olden days in XP, Windows XP, we used to do formatting the disk and creating the disk. Same thing, no changes, okay, as usual. Alright, now I just tried to click next and the setup is started to unzip the files and it's going to install. So I'm just going to pause here for a minute and unpause once it's ready. Okay guys, it's just completed and it's going to restart now. Okay, so Windows is booting for the first time and we need to do some additional features, filling up some settings. So let's do that now. Remember, once the setup is done, we need to remove the ISO image so that it doesn't boot again. In my case, VirtualBox is smart enough to lock it. Okay, so this is the first time password for the administrator. Remember this password because in case you're going to set up an Active Directory and promote it as a domain, then you need to have this password. So I'm just going to give it as a default password. And click finish, and that's it. All right, now we have all these options here. Control Alt Del is available here in the keyboard, where you can also press the host and del. So let's enter the password and we are in. So thank you guys, this is just the installation part, and our next video we will be showing some more information about Windows Server, and then we would be configuring some features of Windows Server. Thank you, and remember to subscribe and like us if you like this video. Thank you.